He stopped the train for her, and changed both their lives forever. The whistle that broke her resolve. The steam engine roared like a living beast, breathing thick white clouds into the cold morning air. Metal wheels screeched against iron rails as the train prepared to depart, its whistle slicing through the dusty silence of the frontier town. Clara Whitmore stood at the edge of the platform, her gloved hands clenched around the worn leather handle of her suitcase. Inside it was everything she had left in the world: 2 dresses, a stack of letters she never reread, and a life she was desperate to leave behind. She had come west with hope. She was leaving with nothing but exhaustion and regret. Behind her lay Red Hollow, a mining town that chewed up dreams and spat out dust. She had arrived 2 years earlier as a schoolteacher, believing education could soften rough men and give children a future brighter than coal-black tunnels. She had been wrong. The schoolhouse was now closed. The children worked the mines. And Clara had learned that kindness in a town like this was often mistaken for weakness. Last call for passengers heading east. The conductor shouted. Clara swallowed hard. East meant safety, civilization, a place where she could disappear into crowds and forget the smell of smoke and loneliness. She lifted her foot toward the first step of the train. Clara, wait. The voice cut through the chaos like a gunshot. She froze. Slowly, she turned. Daniel Carter stood at the far end of the platform, his hat pulled low, chest rising and falling as if he'd ridden hard to get there. His boots were dusty, his vest creased, and his eyes, those storm-dark eyes, were fixed on her like the world was ending. For him, maybe it was. The man she never meant to love. Daniel Carter was everything Clara had sworn to avoid. A rancher, a man rooted to the land, a man with rough hands and a past carved into his silence. They had met months earlier when his horse went lame outside the schoolhouse. She had helped him bandage the animal, their fingers brushing, sparks neither of them acknowledged. After that, he found reasons to pass by. Fresh eggs, a repaired fence, a quiet smile that lingered too long. But Clara had always kept distance. She didn't belong here, and men like Daniel didn't chase dreams, they buried them under responsibility and dust. Daniel, she said, her voice trembling despite her effort. You shouldn't be here. He closed the distance between them, ignoring the curious stares. You're leaving without saying goodbye? He asked. She looked past him, at the train. There's nothing left for me here. That's not true, he said softly. She met his eyes then, and something inside her cracked. A plea at the platform. I heard the school closed, Daniel continued. I heard you sold your furniture. She nodded. I tried, Daniel. I really did. He hesitated, then did something she never expected. He reached for her hand. People stared. Cowboys didn't beg. They didn't plead in public. But Daniel Carter did. Stay, he said. Give me a chance. Give us a chance. Her breath caught. You don't understand, she whispered. This town took everything from me. I know, he said. But I won't. The conductor called again. The whistle screamed. Time was slipping away. The choice that changed everything. Clara's mind screamed logic. If she stayed, there would be hardship, isolation, risk. But if she left, she looked at Daniel's hand wrapped around hers, strong and warm. No one had ever fought for her like this. I'm not asking for promises, he said. Just one chance to prove you're not alone. Her heart thundered. Then, quietly, she stepped back from the train. The whistle blew. The engine lurched forward. And Clara Whitmore stayed, learning the land and each other. Life on Daniel's ranch was nothing like the classroom. She woke before dawn, learned to bake bread over open flame, learned how silence could be comforting instead of lonely. Daniel never pushed. He taught her the land the way one teaches trust, slowly. They talked at night under endless skies. About her dreams, about his past, about the brother he lost to the mines. Love didn't arrive suddenly. It grew. Like roots, the storm that tested them. When drought came, it nearly broke them. Cattle died, crops failed. Clara watched Daniel age in weeks. One night, she found him sitting alone in the barn. I shouldn't have asked you to stay, he said. You deserve more than this. She knelt before him. I didn't stay for the land, she said. I stayed for you. That was the night he kissed her. Not with urgency, but with reverence. A town that finally watched her bloom. The town noticed. The teacher who once walked alone now rode beside Daniel, head held high. They reopened the schoolhouse together. Clara taught again. Daniel donated land. Red Hollow changed. So did they. The train that returned. Years later, another train arrived. Clara stood at the platform again, this time with Daniel's hand in hers and a child on her hip. The whistle blew. She smiled. Because this time, she wasn't leaving. Forever, chosen once. Daniel looked at her. Still glad you stayed? He asked. She leaned into him. I chose this life, she said. And I'd choose it again every time. The train departed, but her heart remained, right where it belonged. Some trains don't take you away. Some stop long enough to show you where you truly belong. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more emotional Wild West romance stories that remind us. Sometimes, love begins when we choose to stay. Heartbreak Brown Heart Cowboy Hat Face. If this story touched even a small corner of your heart, then it was written just for you. Behind every word, every scene, there is a feeling, a dream, and a silent effort to bring emotions to life. If you don't want these stories to stop, if you want more heartfelt, soulful, and meaningful stories like this, then please support us by subscribing to our channel. Your one subscribe is not just a click, it's motivation, it's strength, and it's the reason we keep creating stories for you. Don't forget to like, comment, and share. And tell us in the comments, how did this story make you feel? Because your feelings matter to us, White Heart.